Hey there guys, Firmbie with you with an episode of Car Mechanic 2015. Now this actually video I thought I'd put out just for myself as a latest version of the 2015 15-minute makeover was my last episode, and that went a little bit long, but I thought I'd just do this one just for me. So this particular video will actually go a little bit longer than normal. As you can see, we're just having a look around. It's just a before and after of these two Maseratis. The Maserati MC Stradale. Anyway, it is what it is, the MC. As you can see, the body condition at 54%, so we've got a bit of work to do there. Car value currently at $40,646. Now we actually just purchased him from the car auction, and we paid just over 50 grand there for him, so probably paid a little bit more than we need to, 50,666 to be exact for that particular car. There he is. That's one I've done previously, and as you can see, that particular car value there at 86,321. So we've got some work to do. As I said, I just thought I'd bring the other car out there just as a before and after shot, so you can see what they can look like. But now starts the process of actually getting all these parts off, the body parts off, and repairing what we can. We may need to repair the body with the welder there. Repair the body frame for $1,600. There we go. So that takes care of the body. So it's just a matter of getting these parts on, these body parts on, repairing those up. Flicking through that repair fairly quickly. There is some that actually are missing, so we'll have to replace those as we get to them. And there's one right there. We're looking for front bumper parts, not us. Okay, so actually I need to purchase one of those after the. Bring a tablet up, off to the shop we go. Maserati at the top, and we're looking for front bumper, which is the very first one there. Do I want to purchase that? Well, shit, yeah, certainly do. The front bumper on, we come around to our another part that we've got, left front fender. Bring up our tablet. We find that excuse me, we find that purchasing a tablet early is a lot easier and does save a lot of work from walking back and forth to the computer to purchase parts. As you can see, when I need a part, I just press T to bring up the tablet, and you're straight into the shop. Left front door. Oop, did I pick up the wrong one? Left front door, Maserati. I did pick up the wrong one. Oh, get rid of that, you idiot. Left front door, MC Stradale. That's it. I suppose it's easy enough done. There's that many cars in the game these days, and with that many cars, there's that many parts you can purchase from the shop. Quite easily just to pick up the wrong part, but well, I could hang on to it and use it on another car, beg your pardon, but I'd rather just sell it off, get rid of it, and just keeps your inventory nice and tidy, and you know where you are. Front right fender going on there. That should take, body condition still at 96%. What have I missed? Got all the parts on there. It's just, I'd say one of these parts wouldn't be at 100%, and that's what I'm looking for, is all these body parts to 100%. Well, that's the front fender 100%, right, left door 100%. Perhaps it's just left headlight. Left headlight 60%. That's that'll be the cause of it, I should imagine. Repair that up. Whack that straight back in and see how we are tracking in regards to body condition. Still 98%. Jesus, what the fuck have I missed? That's definitely 100%. Something that's not at 100%. front bumper, well, that'll definitely be at 100% because we just purchased that. Whoops. You get back down there. Put the front bumper back on. Front right headlight maybe. Get that out. 85%. We might have a winner. Do I want to repair that? Oh, fuck yeah. Repair that up to 100%. Pop that in. And let's see what our body condition is looking like now. There we go. 100%. That's what we're looking for. As you can see, our car value has jumped up a little bit too at 48 grand. But that was the easy part. Now let's get to into the business of actually pulling it apart, fixing these parts up, replacing the parts that need replacing, and getting it all back together. Now I thought about actually putting a new engine in there, but it's actually the same engine, so won't allow me to do that. So the only option here is to actually do a full rebuild, take them all apart, fix them all up, put it all back together. So off with the engine head cover. There's two engine head covers, obviously one on each side, two in total of course. So these aren't taken off in any particular order, it's just a matter of getting out everything you can as you can. As we're doing that, these are actually good looking motors. I do like these V8s. Big, thick, chunky. We might even actually run it through the dyno a little bit later and see what horsepower it puts out. We'll see how we go by the end of the episode. It's only problem with these particular V8s. There are actually these idler rollers, a lot of these to take off at the front. So as you can see, as we're taking them off, they all need repairing at 65, 75, 61%. So again, what we can't repair, we'll buy new ones and replace them. Water pump coming out. Alternator, just so we can get this front plate off, timing cover plate there, timing chains and cam gears. As you can see, these parts actually unscrew relatively quickly, so if you haven't already guys, then I'd strongly recommend you upgrade your tools. Just makes bolting and unbolting a lot quicker. The tools that you use to analyse the engines, the multimeter, compression tester, things like that. Yeah, you can. Whoops, what have I missed there? You can purchase those. I wouldn't put that as a large priority. I'd be looking at putting my experience points into your repair table and your unbolting tool. As you can see, it is a lot quicker once that unbolting tool is upgraded. Exhaust manifold on the second side there. As you can see, I took the other one off the other side. Engine head. And get these radiator parts out, the fan and the actual radiator itself. Now I think that's about it from that side. I think we'll have to put it up on the hoist and get to the other parts below. While I'm here, I generally take off the running gear and brakes, calipers, that type of thing. While I'm on this side, as you can see, just taking the caliper, brake pads, brake shoes off, wheel hub, just while I'm here. Outer tie rod, inner tie rod, everything just needs to come out. This is unusual. Actually, you take the shocky out before you take the spring out. So I always thought it was a bit strange actually on that one. You have to take the shocky out before the spring. Normally you would take the spring off and then the shocky, but it is what it is. Excuse me while I just take another sip of coffee. A bit of a heart starter this early in the morning. Over to the other side and start taking the wheel and the running gear brake system off from this side as well. Wheel hubcap, the wheel as well, at the tie rod, inner tie rod, and then we should be able to take that silver excuse me, lower suspension arm coming out now. Comes out fairly quickly, that's what I was saying. I have a tie rod out now. Actually, note to self, I must actually slow down when I take these parts out, because viewing it back now as I talk over the footage, I often can't actually keep up with taking the parts out. So I must slow down a bit. But those of you actually sit through all this, I know it can get a little bit tiresome sometimes just watching someone remove parts. So that's why I try to fly through it fairly quickly. When we get to parts that are a little bit unusual or can be difficult to get out or hard to find, then I'll slow it down a little bit so that you got a little bit more of a chance to look at it. But these parts here, generally everyone knows how to pull out. Two middle mufflers, exhaust pipes, all got to come out. Now just trying to get to that drive shaft, which can be a little bit tricky to get to sometimes, but if you just click on the part of the exhaust pipe or the exhaust system there, generally you can reach over and grab the drive shaft, so you can unbolt it from the front and rear, so that drive shaft comes out. Once the drive shaft's out, then you can get this, as you can see here, get the gearbox out. Now if you ever have problems if you're doing a repair and it says a gearbox repair, generally it's the clutch plate or the flywheel as a rule of thumb. I always thought that was an unusual saying, actually, a rule of thumb. I mean, a lot of people aren't familiar, you might have heard of it, but not familiar where it actually originates from. But apparently it actually originates from the 1800s in England, where there was actually a law where it was illegal to hit your wife with a stick thicker than your thumb. There you go, bit of useless trivia for you. How true that is, I don't know, but yeah, if anyone knows a little bit more about that saying, then yeah, certainly chime into the comments below and let me know. But yeah, that's what I heard. So yeah, you weren't allowed to hit your wife with a stick thicker than your thumb. Certainly not very PC these days, but yes. But as I said, if anyone knows a little bit more about that, then let me know. Chime in the comments and correct me if I'm wrong. But let's get back to this build as we take some more parts out of the rear section here. Small rubber bushing coming out of that rear axle. Fuel filter and fuel tank. And calipers and brake pads. Rear axle drive, remove a rear hub bearing, take him out as well on the rear hub. Pops out fairly quickly. More rubber bushes, you gotta love those rubber bushes, don't you? And they are everywhere. Quite easily to forget actually, so I try to put those in as I see them when as I'm putting them back in. You always know that there's 2 rubber bushes on this side of this rear axle and 2 on the other side, which we'll take. There's one of them there, which we'll take out right now. But as I said, I generally put those back at the same time just so I don't forget one. There's nothing worse when you get to the end and it says, oh, part's missing, and you've got to go hunting for it. Rear muffler, get him out, he needs repairs. Rear end link, just so that we can get the suspension arm off. Small rubber bushes. Rear axle housing A, I believe it was. And that should be everything. Just having a quick look around to make sure I haven't missed anything. Back to the motor. Now at this point it's time to take the pistons out. I should be able to take those out. Yep. Take those out now. 4 on this side. And I'll make that filter out. And of course 4 on this other side. Now once those are out, we can put it back up on the hoist. And a bit of a up down to get these last parts out, just so we can get this crankshaft out. The crankshaft always comes out from the bottom, and the engine block comes out from the engine bay from the top there. So as I said, a bit of an up down, but that's what you have to do to get everything out. Just having a look there, and off to the repair table we go. And we'll flick through these fairly. A lot of parts get destroyed. Not a big fan of that noise at all. Every one of those noises means we've got to spend money to purchase new parts. But there we go. That's got through all of those, and just a matter of working through all those parts and throwing away what we don't need and purchasing new ones. I like moving the sorting by condition, and then you can actually see that obviously the condition of the parts, and see which ones need replacing. By sorting by condition actually puts the parts that are at 100% at the bottom, so you don't actually need to go scrolling through the entire inventory to find the parts that you need to replace. So that's a body. Now this is just a me thing. I tend to work right from left, which is a bit unusual as I go through the inventory parts that need replacing. So I just did the body, of course. Now the gearbox. Again, a rule of thumb just with the gearbox parts. Generally it's a clutch plate, clutch pressure plate, or clutch release bearing that needs replacing. Sometimes it's a flywheel that's knackered. In this case, it's actually the whole gearbox I actually need to replace as well. But generally, it's just those 3 parts that I just mentioned. Yeah, we also need a flywheel. I wonder if there's a I reckon there's a performance part in the there we go. Just for gigs, we'll grab a performance part for the flywheel. We could have done those for the pressure plate as well, but sometimes I do forget that those performance parts are actually there. I've never actually. That might be a good idea to do one day. I've never actually sat down and done a complete rebuild with all performance parts and tried to work out what the horsepower output was on standard parts as compared to what the horsepower output is on performance parts. Well, we might actually do that one day and run it down a test track and see what it does over the quarter mile with performance parts put in compared to standard parts. But I do like the performance parts on these exhausts. Actually, they're all chrome. I might even actually swap out all these this exhaust system for these chrome exhausts because they actually do look really nice. How much of an advantage performance wise will remain to be seen, but And appearance wise, I think they look fantastic. Get rid of those middle mufflers. Rear mufflers, what do we got? Exhaust pipe, Stradale. 2 of those left to get. Where are you? There you go, 2 of those. Get rid of that snot out of the inventory. And that's all the exhaust brake systems. We've got 4 pads, 2 brake disc ventilated. Performance wise, there's no brakes, so we're just going to the car parts shop. Under brakes, we want 4 pads, 2 discs, 2 ventilated. Get rid of all that out of there. Ventilated are gone, and 2 discs. So that should be all of it. Onto the running gear. This is generally where you need to spend a bit of time to get the parts one by one. I found going this way it's a little bit quicker too, just typing in rear, and obviously all your rear parts are listed, and doing the same under your inventory. But at the end of the day it doesn't really matter, whatever you feel comfortable doing. You can see just typing in the rear in the inventory there, and rear axle, rear shockies, rear springs, rear wheel hubs, things like that. Anything with the word rear in it obviously appears on your list. Rear shock absorber cap, there's generally 2 of those. I'll get 2 while I'm here. Or just 1. Should have actually bought 2 there, save you going back, but anyway. We've got left rear sway bar B, shock absorber A, 2 of those, rear cap. Shock absorber A, 2 of those, get rid of those 2, and a rear cap that I should have purchased earlier. And that's all the rear parts that need to be taken out. Back to running gear. Now, as I said, we just did the rear section of the running gear, and we'll just put it in front, and it comes up with all the front parts, obviously. But they're exactly the same thing for in our shop. Front up the top there. It just, as I said, it helps me. It just shortens the list of all the things that you need to go through. Front shock absorber caps and front springs are generally 2 that you can buy straight off the bat. Front shock absorbers, we want 2 of those. Sway bar fronting link A's, we want 2 of those as well. And sway bar B, that's fairly easy to find that one. Back to running gear. Now, because the rubber bushes are found, both the small and large rubber bushes are found all over the shop, they're not actually listed when you type in rear or front part, so you can just type in rubber obviously, and all your rubber bushes, both small and large, will be listed there. Have a quick count up how many we need. Okay, whoops. Rubber. That's better. And 2 of those. And get rid of all this snot out of the inventory. 1 more, there we go. Let's see what else we have in the running gear department. Spring caps, wheel hub bearings, inner and outer tie rods. Spring cap, that's what we wanted there. I'll just write in here tie, should come up with both inner and outer tie rods. 2 of each. Get those 4 out of our inventory. Wheel hub bearing, 2 of. Wheel hub cap, 2 of. Top and wheel. Down the bottom here, wheel hub bearing and caps. No more left in the running gear by the looks of it. Now onto the engine parts. Now I've actually cut forward a little bit here just so that this episode doesn't run too long. And I've actually purchased all the engine parts already. Just for the sake of timekeeping, I think this episode is going to be quite long. In the end anyway, so now in regards to the engine parts, I did go ahead and purchase the performance parts where I could. So as I put them in, you should be able to see the some of the performance parts that you can put in. Generally I've got some sort of red decorative finish to it, except the pistons and conrods, they are black if memory serves me correctly, but and it's a shame not to be able to see the pistons and conrods because they're actually quite nice looking. We'll get back under here. There we go, get that crankshaft in. And now we'll get these crankshaft bearing caps, I think they're called. There's 4 of those. And you won't be able to actually get your piston and conrods in until you get these crankshaft bearing caps in, so you might as well do those while you're down here. And it's just a matter of popping these parts back in. I spoke about these rubber bushes earlier in this build. I try to remember to put these in as I come across them. Otherwise, you get to the end and you will find that you're missing a part, and then you're going to go searching for it. And it generally is a rubber bushing or an outer tie rod, one of these smaller parts that you tend to miss, maybe a filter. And speaking of filters, popping the oil filter back in there. Front wheel hub, screwing back in nice and tightly. Wheel hub, brake discs, brake pads, brake calipers. Now where do we go here from here? The shockies, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Again, those spring caps are relatively easy to miss as well, so as you're putting the spring on, always remember to put the spring cap on as well. Just saves you coming back at the end and looking for the critter. Excuse me. I think that's about it for this quarter here. I could just about put that wheel on if I want to, but we'll leave it up just in case. It's always easy to put the wheel on, but if you get to the end and miss a part, then if you leave the wheel off, it's easy just to whack something on before you put the wheel on. Over to the other side here, and these rubber bushes, one on that side and reach out and put the other one on in a moment. They're nice looking exhaust systems, nice and chrome. Catalytic converters are going in now, but nice chrome exhaust. Brake calipers on now. And then we'll go to that go to the engine bay and start putting some of these engine parts in. Oh, didn't I take that out earlier? ABS module. Perhaps I didn't. I must have missed that. Let's see how well this is. 76%. Yeah, it'll definitely need to be taken out and repaired up just quickly. Yeah, obviously I missed that when I was taking the parts out. ABS pump is totally rooted, and ABS module. ABS. There we go, quick and simple. Work those back in fairly quickly. And that just goes to show how easy it is to miss parts. So, but I mean that's all part of it, isn't it? You do curse and swear at this game sometimes, but that's all part of it. Now these performance that I spoke about, the performance parts, these pistons, conrods, good looking pistons. As I said, most of these performance parts have you know a shade of red on them, but those pistons and conrods are all black. Not that you see them inside the engine, of course, but they do look pretty as you put them in. The exhaust manifold going on this side, and if we swing around the other side, we can get this engine head on and the exhaust manifold as well. Oops, missed it. There it is. Now those of you who do enjoy Car Mechanic 2015, like I do, then yeah, just post in the comments below if there's something that you like to see, a build that you like to see, or you got a question, or what to put your experience points into, how to decorate your workshop. If you've got any questions about the game, I certainly don't confess to knowing it all, but if there's any way I can help you out in regards to your game, then yeah, by all means let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. If you want to post a like, well, by all means. If you dislike the game, then press that thumbs down button, and maybe just put a comment down below as to why you didn't like it. Always looking to improve the footage that I put out. And if you do like the footage, guys, then just hit that subscribe button. I do regularly put out Car Mechanic 2015 footage. Although not as regularly as I would like, as you can see, it does take a while just to do an episode. This will be probably a 40 or 50 minute episode, but that's why I quite like the 15-minute makeover. So they're little quick and easy jobs. It's a little bit easier to watch than these 40-45 minute makeovers. So yeah, just post that in the comments below, guys. It'd be great to hear from you, and I really would appreciate the input. Anyway, back to the build, and these idler rollers are going in. Quite a few of those serpentine belts and belt tensioner. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's another little. There he is, idler roller A. Now we can put the air filter cover on. I think these red engine head covers certainly just set off the engine itself, just makes it look quite nice. These ignition coils just highlight that the engine head, just with those red tops, just highlight the engine head covers as well, so they actually look quite nice. So the ignition coils, again, are performance parts. As I was saying, I picked up as many performance parts as I could off camera. Just makes a nice looking motor. Whether it actually puts any extra horsepower remains to be seen, but if nothing else, it does look good. And at the end of the day, this is the only way I'll ever own a Maserati, so that's why I do enjoy fixing these Maseratis up. So there's nothing quite nice, nothing better than slipping into a conversation that you, yeah, what'd you do over the weekend? Oh, I fixed up a Maserati. It's always a conversation starter, that line. Just the shock is going back in now, not forgetting that shock absorber cap at the top there. There we go. Just having a look around and making sure I haven't missed anything. Doesn't look like I have. That wheel can go on now. I'm almost tempted to put white walled tyres on it for some reason. I don't know whether that would highlight it or make it look stupid, but I don't know. It almost looks as though those tyres just need something a bit extra. Anyway, we'll get back to those in a little while. Middle muffler's going in, and the exhaust pipes as well. All that chrome exhaust pipe does look quite nice. Rear sway bar, rear axle housing, rear suspension arm, and then the rubber bushes as well. Excuse me, I'll just grab another sip of coffee. I spoke about those rear bushes earlier, or the bushes in general earlier, and as I said, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. I like to put in one after the other, just so I don't forget them. Spring cap, and of course the respective spring. There's the remaining of the exhaust system going in there. That does look nice, doesn't it? Very nice shiny chrome exhaust system. The brake system going in now, the brake calipers, brake pads. Screw those brake calipers back in fairly quickly. And that should be it for this particular quarter. Get that wheel on. Around to the other side. I often thought about running Car Mechanic as a stream, but yeah, if someone would like to see it on stream, or it's simply streaming on Steam, just let me know, and we'll see what we can organise. If someone's interested in seeing that, then just post it in the comments below. There's that rubber bushing that I spoke about, almost forgot him. Rear shock absorber. He doesn't have any springs associated with that one, so obviously he just goes in by himself. Rubber bushings and rear suspension arm. Spring cap, rear spring, and cap on top of that. Okay, what have we got left here? Put the rear wheel on. I think you'll find we're actually missing the rear suspension arm. We are. But we'll just get to this gearbox while we're sitting here. And the gearbox going over the top of that. Of course, the starter motor bolts into the gearbox, and the drive shaft runs from the gearbox down to the rear of the car. Drive shaft, there we go. Eight bolts in that in total. So drive shaft in. What we've got remaining, outer tyre rod we've missed somewhere, unless we've bought too many of them, which is quite possible. Perhaps it's on this side. Let's have a look here. Rubber bushes, no, that's there. Rubber, no, he's in. Perhaps I just bought too many. No, there's one on that side, one on that side. Perhaps I did buy too many. Anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll get those radiator and radiator fan in. Pop some oil in the girl. And see if it actually starts. What have we got remaining? Rubber bushings and rear suspension arm I've missed. So yeah, I did actually buy the right number of rubber bushes, but I've missed where to put it in. I'm sure you guys will, after watching this, will say, "Oh, hang on, you've missed it there. You keep going past it, you fucking idiot." But yeah, where the hell is it? Not on that side. Not on that side. Outer tie rod, rear suspension arm, and rubber bushings. There's the suspension arm. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, call me an idiot. Yeah, fair enough. I was looking for the rubber bushes in the wrong spot. I'm thinking it was actually in the rear suspension arm. Parts condition 100%, body condition 100%, that's what we're looking for. Restoration bonus 31,992, which gives a car value of 103,000 and change. Now, just for shits and giggles, we'll actually put it on the dyno and see what it actually pulls. Looks like plus 5% is about the best we're going to get. We never really could understand sort of what these plus and minus buttons are, so I'll just keep pressing them till the estimated power gain it gets to the highest that we can. No one's ever actually sat down and explained to me what the different combinations do. It's plus 3, plus 2. Obviously the most we've had was a plus 5. Plus 4. Where are you? That's not what we want. Where's your plus 5? Plus 4. Try this one here. Plus 3. Come backwards. Plus 5. There we go. Set that. and give it a test run. Now you'd think these performance parts, 738. I'm sure we get over 800 horsepower on it with a brand new motor. I would have thought we'd get more than that. +5 is about all we're going to get. See if that makes it any better. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm sure we'll get used to get over 800 horsepower on that particular motor. Anyway. So that's a total rebuild of that particular vehicle, the Maserati there, the Maserati MC. And see a car value of 103,086. Did the quarter mile last time at 13.5 seconds. We'll take it out on the quarter mile and see if we actually can't do it a little bit better than that. And you'd think that with those performance parts that it'll actually do a little bit better than that, but we'll wait and see until we get to the quarter mile and rip it down there and see what time we can pull. There's only disadvantage about this particular game. It actually does load relatively slowly going from the garage to the drag strip. It does take quite a while to load up for some reason, but here we go. Just change our point of view. Jump on the gas. Yeah, remember to change the gears, you idiot. Just trying to keep him straight. Certainly does hook along. It's always good to chuck a handbrake at the end, just for gigs. "21 seconds, not terribly fast, was it? I would have thought we were sort of getting close to 15, 16s. But again, we're just got to wait until the screen reloads back into the garage. But as I said before, guys, any comments, suggestions, just pop them in the comments section below. Anything that you want to see, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you like to see something else. Subscribe for more content. I'll put Car Mechanic 15 content out reasonably regularly, at least a couple of times each week. I'm just running down the quarter mile again just to see if we can improve our times. And we'll call that 22.5. Yeah, a bit disappointing actually that the speed wise down the quarter mile, but it is what it is. 13.1 was our best time down the quarter mile with 738 horsepower. Parts condition, body conditions both at 100% gives us a restoration bonus of 31,992 with a total car value of 103,000 and change. So it's not too shabby at all, considering we paid 50,669. So yeah, made almost 50 grand on that particular one. So thank you very much for your company, guys. Do appreciate you sticking around, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.